What's going on, y'all? This is the RFA podcast. We got me, Stevie Zenith, Plex Boogie in the building. And today's guest, we have a super dope guest for y'all today. He goes by the name of Keder Cormier, and he is a YouTube boss. He has about 80,000 subscribers on YouTube. Really, really inspiring. He's doing amazing things with brand building via YouTube. So, Keder, what's good, homie?
What's going on, my brother? I'm good, man. Just having a good time here. Just, this whole quarantine stuff. Just being home, man. The good thing that, we work from home, so we can always do this stuff wherever we go. Work from anywhere. That's your motto, right?
Hell yeah, man. Well, yo, we definitely appreciate you jumping on with us, man. Tell the audience a little bit about your background and, how you got to where you are currently. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, for sure. So I didn't start out as an entrepreneur. So anybody that's watching is just kind of to tell you right from the get-go, if you just listening to this podcast and this is something that you're looking into creating your own journey for yourself, it's never, you was born to do this, or, I'm one of those people that don't believe that you was born to do certain things. It's all power of choice. So you got choices. You can choose to do certain things at a certain point of your life, and as long as you're willing to adapt, you can grow. So my story in a nutshell, I started my journey. Let's go back to when I first came to the States, because I'm from Haiti. When I first came to the state, I didn't speak English, so I have to overcome that challenge. It was really challenging. Then by the time I get to college, I didn't know what I wanted to be. But as you know, in my culture, most of my parents, they push for you to become either a doctor or a lawyer. One of these things, either be a doctor, a lawyer, or a nurse. So obviously I ended up going to school for biology to become a doctor. Started out with that, being a pre-med student, and then going to school. The school that I went to in New York, they had a program where most people that's going to medical school, you have to take this class called the MCAT. It's the state exam after you've done 4 years into any pre-major for pre-med. And then with the school that I was going to, you don't have to take the MCAT because they have their own hospital. So it was kind of cool with this program. I would skip the MCAT, then I would just go straight to the school. But you have to keep a 3.5 GPA. And my first year in the school, things was kind of tough. I dropped to like a 3.4, so I got kicked out of the program because there was a lot of other people waiting for that stuff. Then I ended up moving to Florida. After that, I started nursing. I was like, well, let me just go to nursing school since I was already in the medical field. And I started nursing, met my wife then, which was my girlfriend. We ended up getting married. But after we got married, she lost her job. So when she lost her job, imagine I'm going to nursing school. I had a full-time job at the hospital. Things was really tough for me. And then one day, that's why what you guys are doing is really powerful, because you never know whose life you're going to change. And after my wife lost her job, she went on Craigslist, started looking for a job. And then she saw an ad, someone with a microphone, like some of you probably listen to this podcast and you hear this message and it's like, oh my God, I think I can really change my life. I can relate to this person's story. I can relate to whatever they're saying. Well, it's kind of the same thing for us. We was going through the struggle at that moment. We couldn't pay the bill. Our car got repossessed. It was really crazy life, crazy time. So she went on Craigslist, bro. Find this little ad that says work from home. I was like, hey, what the heck, man? Let's give it a try. So she ended up going through it. We went through a little system at that time. Netflix wasn't as big. That was way back in 2012. Netflix wasn't as big as they are now. They had a little system when Netflix was trying to get more customers, trying to establish their brand, back then. So they would pay people upfront commission of $20. And then for you to get them a customer, people would start for free. You get Netflix, they pay you $20. But the person that was creating the work from home system, they systemize it where people would come in and they would have to do like 4 or 5 offers. So after doing 5, you would get paid $100. So every time you get someone to the system, you make $100 a day. Then I went on Craigslist. Man, I believe it's God. On the first day, I put an ad on Craigslist. Boom, I made my first $100 online. And I was like, wait. You mean to tell me you can make money online? Oh, bro. I was like, dude, if I could make 100, I believe I could make 1,000. And if I could make 1,000, we're gonna push it. So I went the first week. We ended up making $1,500 online, and then man, after that, I just never looked back. I ended up quitting school 3 months before graduation. I started my online business. Then I started jumping into doing affiliate. Then I started meeting people like yourself, going to events, and started expanding my brand and keep learning throughout the years. And now we start, utilizing the internet to the point I retired my wife. She has never worked a job ever since 2012. She never went back to a job. So we've been able to sustain our own self using the internet, and it's been great, man. So God has blessed us, and throughout the years, we've been able to live that lifestyle of freedom, man.
Yo, that is an amazing story. And for those of y'all listening too, I want y'all to understand that you don't have to go from 0 to 100 in the course of a month. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes time to get to the level that, that we're at right now. Don't ever be confused. There's a lot of people on YouTube spitting the get rich quick scheme. Like, you don't have to put in any type of work. Trust me, this is work. But once you put in that work, you can definitely achieve the things that you seek.
Just to kind of chime in on that too, like, I think it's necessary to like build up slowly as you go, because if you were to like just scale up from 0 to say like $1 million in a month or whatever, the challenges that come at $1 million a month, like if you haven't built yourself up to that, bro, like there's a good chance that all that shit's just gonna fall apart. What's the saying, like, easy come, easy go, right? So all these little trials and tribulations that you're gonna go through, and as you're building, is really like the stepping stones or the foundation for where you're going. So it's like, take your time, like be patient, but also be aggressive, but understand, like, it takes time, man, and just enjoy the journey, man. So I think it's super important.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to develop the love for it, because I've been in this game, like I said, since 2012. Now it's 2020. So it's been 8 years in the game. So if anybody's listening, someone always say, don't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 21. So, there's a lot of experience. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. And sometimes, if you take action, you can even have beginner's luck. Because I see people come online and in the first year, they make like 100K. You call it beginner's luck, but it came with action because that person was willing to take action. Maybe they find a blueprint that works. They might even hit 7 figures and make $1 million in the first year online. So it's really possible. I've seen people do it. But like you said, in order for you to be in the game for the long term, you have to be ready mentally for it.
And that's something dope. So y'all listening, definitely take note of that, because like Keder said, it is possible to hit 6 and 7 figures online. It can definitely happen. But don't get it confused and think that you don't got to put in the work to make it happen, because you always have to put in the work to get things going, man. So Keder, I know you're really successful. You've grown multiple 6-figure businesses. You have an emerging brand right now that's generating over 6 figures a year. So one question that I really wanted to ask you, man, is what's your morning routine like? What's your daily routine that keeps you focused throughout the day? Do you have a set process that you do every morning to get you going? This is something that I'm really interested in knowing about you.
For sure. I follow the same daily routine almost every day. One of the main things that I do in the morning is to write down, like when I wake up, first thing I do, I pray. And then after I pray, I go in my office, write down what I'm going to do for the day. Because, I think it's Les Brown that says that if you don't have your own plan, you'll fall for anything. So if you don't have, your own plan, you'll fall for into anybody else's plan. So if I don't write down what I need to do for the day, my friend is going to call me and say, hey, let's go to the movies. I'm like, all right, I ain't got nothing to do for the day. So, well, let's go, whatever. You work from home, it's cool. But if I write down my plans, usually I have about 8 things in my book that I need to get done for the day. But I read this book called The One Thing. Okay, The One Thing is that you want to focus on doing that one thing. So out of the 8 things that I got to do for the day, I usually put a star next to that one thing that I must do it. Like if I don't do it, there's no sleep for me. I can't go to sleep. There's that one thing that I know that even if my day went to chaos, I can look back and say I did that one thing that mattered for that day. The next thing, I go for a morning run. And usually that's when I shoot my videos. Sometimes some of you might have seen some of my live that I do on Facebook when I go for a morning run, because I'm heavy into, you know, you got to keep healthy. You know, what's the point of making all this money if you're not healthy? You know what I mean? So I usually go for my morning run. And when I come back, I have a team right now. So I usually sometimes every 3 days I have a meeting so I have one person that's responsible to oversee a lot of the work. It all depends on what brand that I'm looking in. So I'll have a meeting with them, and then I'll tell them, hey, this is what needs to be done. Then they can allocate some of the work that needs to be done with different people. And then after that, I'll go into my business and do what I gotta do for the day. So usually write down the things I gotta do. And then, yeah, some days I work 2 hours, some days I work 18 hours, you know? Yeah, that's the game. Some days it's up all day, because when you run your own business, you know, you got to do until it's done. So if you're trying to give it the smallest energy, guess what? You're going to get the smallest energy out there. If you give it your best, guess what? You should expect nothing but the best.
I think the really interesting thing, because we asked this question on a lot of our interviews, like, what's your daily routine? Everyone's daily routine is different. Do you have actual set hours when you do things, like 10 a.m. I'm going to do this, 12 p.m. I'm doing this? Or is it just you have a list of things that you want to get done, and as long as you accomplish them before the end of the day, you're good to go?
Back in the days, like if you look at my 2015 book, which I used to time myself. But then as I start going deeper in my business, getting bigger, like a lot of different tasks started to take me longer than having a family, a lot of different things. But I think, you know, it's a good thing to time yourself, because it allows you to work more efficiently, because sometimes you can just be chilling and time frame really. If I want to make it harder for myself, I'll time frame myself. Like, yeah, I got to get this done by a certain time. It allows you to be more efficient through your day. So if you're someone who's facing time and maybe you work a job outside of what you do, you definitely want to be able to time yourself.
Well, obviously, like, you know what you're talking about, man. So, I mean, currently right now you're killing it on YouTube. You've been killing it for years on YouTube. You got about like 80,000 subscribers. I mean, dude, there's a lot of people that would love to be like at that stage, man. Shit, we would. I know that much. So like, while you were building this, like, what would be like your most important, like, kind of thing your most important strategy that kind of helped you get to that 80K subscribers? Is there something like that kind of really sticks out that you could share with the audience?
It's not even really the amount of subscribers that matters. I mean, when I started my YouTube, like I say, if you're going to start something, if you're going to start YouTube, don't start for the subscriber amount. Although they do have milestones, like if you hit 100K, you get a plaque. If you hit this or that. The key is, you know, what you're doing, does it have purpose? You know, if it has a purpose and it's feeling like you feel like, hey, you know, what I'm going to do right now is going to serve a market, is going to serve people. Instead of just focusing on the number, you can focus on, if you have 400 subscribers, help out those 400 people, make their lives better. Because if you do, and if you learn how to market, if you learn how to make money, you know, you can still make great money with 10,000 people, with 100 people, and still be able to still drive that traction. You know, so if anybody, you know, is looking to start into YouTube, all I can say is just get started. You know, take advantage of social media right now. It's really big, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Build your brand on instead of building a one-legged stool. Like if you have a business, you're trying to build it off YouTube, build a full brand around it where you have Instagram, which is, you know, like some of you, I know Stevie, you part of the class that I train right now. We're teaching people how to build a brand, and we kind of teach them how to build not just one place, how to monetize not just in one way, but have multiple streams of income coming in. For someone that's just looking to get started, like I said, it's to find a niche, something that preferably if you have passion into, it will make you great, you know, or you have interest into something that you want to learn. Because if you're going to create videos every single day into something that you don't like, it's going to be hell. Like you're going to feel like, man, I'm just doing this thing. It's going to be a job all over again. So find a niche, something that you're interested, you have passion into, and then start creating content, see how you can help other people. But the key is a lot of people just don't get started. If you don't, you never know if you're going to be that lucky guy who just went to 100K the next day. Reason I'm saying this is because I saw this girl just the other day on Facebook, and she started making videos about this whole virus, conspiracy videos and stuff. And a lot of people just start sharing her stuff on Facebook. And I was like, well, I wonder why don't she just put it on YouTube? It would be easier to monetize. She put one video on YouTube, and the next day, like 2 days later, she got 100K followers,
Wow.
So now how do I advise that person and say, hey, how to get to 100K? Like I said, if you never take action, you're never going to know what's going to happen. The key is to take action. Be relentless. Just keep taking action.
So it's like, as far as like monetizing on YouTube, I know that's a really big thing for a lot of people. They want to start monetizing. So what is it? You have to have like 1,000 subscribers, right, in order to start monetizing? Is that right?
For YouTube alone on the platform, for you to get AdSense, you must have 4,000 hour watch time and 1,000 subscribers. Monetization itself means making money. So if you want to make money off YouTube, you don't even have to have 1,000 subscribers. If you have one person who watch the video and they go take action, you can turn that into a client. Mm-hmm. So if they have a following on other platforms, let's say they have a following on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, leverage those so that you can get your YouTube to 1,000, or create a group. If you have a group of people that's into a specific niche, and then you can just go tell them, all of them, hey, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then you can get to 1,000 subscribers a lot faster than having to wait for YouTube to pick you up, because there's millions of people on the platform and thousands of people joining the platform every day. So if you have another way to kind of boost yourself to pass all those other people that's waiting in line for YouTube to pick some up, you can make your journey there a lot faster.
Gotcha. That's dope, actually. That's actually really true, because how many of us have, thousands of followers or whatever on one social media, but then on YouTube, we only got like 100 or a couple hundred. So just like reaching out, I like that a lot. Just reaching out to people that already follow you on other social platforms and just tell them to subscribe. And my thing is too, don't be afraid to like do a little bit of legwork and reach out to people personally. You know what I mean? Even if you got to copy and paste like a template and switch it out, like to optimize it a little bit, like reach out to people personally and have that. I actually like that a lot, bro. That's a gem.
It's funny you mentioned YouTube, because I have one of my students here. He's been building his online business, and he has this whole YouTube strategy right now where he's doing like faceless YouTube, where he's not even showing his face into any of his channel, but he has channel that's been monetized, making him $2,000 dollars a month, just just cranking out content, building a brand into something. So what I was gonna say to people, if you can create like a hub, like I call them a hub, like a Facebook group. Let's say I create a Facebook group. It's about, let's say you're someone that's into health and fitness. I know you guys do a lot of, health and fitness, yoga or whatnot. I can create a group and get all my friends into the group that's into that specific yoga or whatnot. Then I can run a Facebook ad for like $5 to send people to the group, not a lot of money. And then when they come to the group, I could do a pin post inside of the group and tell everybody that comes in, if you really want to be part of what I'm doing for the next 6 months, I'm going to be dropping content on my YouTube. Go subscribe now. Or even run a little giveaway. When you hit 1,000 subscribers, you're going to give whatever. You're going to give recipes to that person or whatever the case is. It's going to dump you up a lot faster than there you go. You have 1,000 subscribers in less than a month.
That's similar to the strategy that you and your wife are doing, right? She has the Facebook group that's kind of like the hub for her DIY stuff, and she's driving traffic to YouTube as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's been killing it in that game and that YouTube, and that's the same strategy. And now because she built off YouTube, all those hubs off YouTube, whether it's Instagram, she got like 85,000 subscribers on Instagram. On Facebook, it's like 30, then the page has like 50. So if you build those off YouTube pages, you're not at the mercy of YouTube. Like a lot of YouTubers, they're at the mercy of YouTube, whether YouTube picks you up or give you traffic for your videos. But me and you, we all know, if you build a list, you're not at the mercy of YouTube. If you create a video, you can send it to, 50,000 people on your list.
Right.
You're going to get it anyway.
This kind of brings me into my next question. I know in order to get those type of subscribers, content is king. You know what I'm saying? So for you, what's your content creation strategy? I know you pretty much post a YouTube video, like once every day or once every couple of days.
I used to. Last year, like if you're in the beginning stage, it's best to create, content every day, because like I said, right now YouTube is just, there's so much content being driven. But if you build like me, the way I built my strategy now, it's not solely relying on YouTube. If you solely relying on YouTube, it's best to build content every single day so that YouTube can see that you pumping content. They can show as many people to your stuff. But if you're not just relying on YouTube, which is, I think, is the better strategy, to build those other platform and then convert them to YouTube, then you can build, like, you get, my wife, she does one video a week, then you can transition into that, doing one video a week, and then just send the traffic to it, because YouTube loves it when you can, like a lot of people, they're trying to promote stuff, you know, sending people off of YouTube, you know, every platform, they love it when you keep or bring people to the platform or keep people on the platform. So if you have a way of bringing people to YouTube, having your own list, or taking them from Facebook, sending them to YouTube, or Instagram, send them to YouTube, YouTube loves you. They start giving you more traffic because you're not just taking away from them, you bringing traffic to the platform.
That makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense, man. And now, as far as like your content creation strategy, what would you say, like for someone who's starting out on YouTube, they want to get their channel going, how do you crank out so much content? How would you do it if you were kind of just starting out on YouTube?
Find something that works for you, because everybody's different. Like in my case, I can crank out content. Like there's someone that's getting started, maybe they don't have enough content in their mind. What I would recommend someone that's just getting started to do is to tap the top 10 channels in your niche, whatever your niche is, and then find the top trending content, like the one people watch the most. And then instead of just, oh, I'm going to make my own videos, I'm going to talk about whatever I want and people's going to follow me. No, like you want to talk about what you see that's already went viral that people really are into, then create, 10 different videos, so if you take 10 from this person, 10 from this person, in the top 10 video, if you have 10 people, it'll be 100 titles, 100 videos you could make. So that's almost half a year of content. So that could give you half a year of content just playing out. And, once you get them out there and just start crunching, start putting contents out there.
That is actually a really good strategy. For those of y'all listening, find the top 10 channels in your niche or the top 10 videos in your niche and just kind of regurgitate the content, but add your own sauce to it. I honestly never thought about that, but that is a genius idea for those of y'all that might have some writer's block or something like that, to where you don't know the type of content you want to create. That is a gem, bro.
I know another thing that I learned from Keder, like this is a couple of years ago. I can't remember if it was from a mastermind that we were at, but I remember you said this and it always stuck with me, was there's a lot of information already out there, like in the form of blog posts, right? And that information is already there. So you can literally go out, find those blog posts and basically summarize those blog posts in a video and create video content out of those blog posts as well. Because a lot of people would rather watch a video as opposed to read it. Right. So that's like a really easy way to go out and like find that. And I remember you said that, bro, back in the day. I was like, yo, that is genius, bro. That's for real.
Keder got gems. I know I've heard this, and I don't know for sure because we're not super huge on YouTube right now, but I've heard that based off of the niche that you're in, YouTube pays differently, right? So, with that being said, what is the highest paying niches on YouTube?
What we do, man, it's crazy. The make money online niche is the highest paying. I mean, I've seen people show this stuff, make money online. If you're into finance, make money online. Those are some of the highest paying niche. And also fitness, because remember those niches, they're selling products. So YouTube, they more likely gonna categorize the lead as an action taker versus a non-action taker. If you're looking at someone who's have a meme channel where they're showing funny stuff, they more likely, the leads, they're probably not gonna buy, anything that's being offered to them. But if someone is watching videos on how to make money online, if they put an advertiser put an ad, they more likely will drive traffic to an offer that's gonna make them money. So therefore, YouTube understands that these people, they making money off of the traffic, so we're gonna charge them more. Because YouTube don't pay, because sometimes people will get it twisted. They think YouTube pays them for making videos. YouTube don't pay you for making videos. Like YouTube can care less if you make videos. YouTube is a business. That's why, you know, yeah, a lot of people go on there and take it as a hobby, but the only way YouTube pays you is because they have partnership with those other companies, or with people like myself that place an ad on YouTube. They charge me to play my ad, and they give you half of the money. So they give you half of the cut. So that's how YouTube pays you. So if all the advertiser was to pull their money off of YouTube, you're not gonna get paid as a content creator. So YouTube really pays you because they're getting paid from advertisers that are putting ads on their platform, and your videos is kind of the way that's driving the ads. Just like back in the days, people used to pay ad spat on TV. Now you're the TV, you're the person that people was watching, so they share the ad revenue with you. So if you into a niche that you know, a lot of different niches, they pay differently. Like my wife is in the DIY, and that paid 2 times less than my niche to make money online. If you into health and fitness, you know, almost every niche makes money. If you have ads playing, it's all gonna make money. Some niche you probably gonna require a lot more views than other for you to get a substantial amount of money. But if you there's cons and pros, because the niches like memes and stuff, they tend to go more viral than make money online niche. Although you might be getting less paid per views, but they might be able to get millions and millions of views. That's still balance it out.
Mm-hmm. So based off of that, the niche that we're currently in, the make money online niche, the education niche, the finance niche, niches like that pay out the most money. So let me ask you, what was your highest earning month online with YouTube? What's the highest amount of money you've made in a month?
With AdSense or with just?
With AdSense, yeah.
With AdSense, it was 4,500.
4,500 in 1 month. And you would say about how many monthly views do you get off of that?
It was about roughly 400,000.
Got you. 300 to 400,000. So I'm asking you that. Really, it's a question for us too, because we kind of want to know where we need to get on the YouTube platform to be able to see some decent money from that. But 4,000 a month, that's good. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all listening right now, what could y'all do with $4,000 a month? You know, and that's just one stream of income. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's pretty much, I mean, I wouldn't call it automated or passive, because obviously you got to create the content to generate those views. But I mean, the money that's coming from AdSense and all that stuff, that is basically passive income. You know what I mean? So that's
and if you know how to monetize, I mean, of the 4,000, the traffic, the monetization on the back end, right, you know, is way more. Like I would make like 40 to 50K on on my own monetization versus YouTube monetization. Because YouTube monetization is it's really great. But you, like, if you're selling courses, you're selling different things of your own, you can make 10x the money if you capture the traffic and send it to your own funnel. And from your funnel, you can have tripwires. You can start selling them from a low ticket to a higher ticket products. That makes you a lot more.
That's true, bro. That's true. And a lot of people that watch us they're either digital marketers or they're musicians, like trying to like get more in the digital space. And I see this is a big mistake that I see a lot of artists making a lot, is that, you know, in the descriptions on their YouTube, they're just not putting in links to their other stuff. You know, they're not driving people off and giving them other offers and sending them anywhere. It's like you're basically just kind of like pulling people in, and then you're not taking them anywhere else. It's really, really important that you guys are putting in the descriptions other places to send people in if they're interested in, you know, because if you don't put it there, you have no way of really monetizing honestly the biggest monetization part of YouTube. Like you said, the AdSense is just one part of it. Like bringing them into your own funnel and selling them products on the back end or whatever. That's probably the most important part.
Yep, the AdSense is the smallest part for us on our funnel. It's like what makes us the least. If you know how to monetize, I always, like, even my brother over here, I've been telling him, because he has a YouTube channel that's getting 2 million views a month, and I've been telling him, yo, dude, you gotta redirect the traffic, because you know, like YouTube, you just never know like what's the deal with them. So if you're getting millions of views every month, you want to be able to funnel the traffic to yourself. Even put it on an autoresponder, get some of it. Because if you're getting 2 million people, even if you place a capture page in your description that's getting about 10%, 10% of 2 million, that's 200,000 people. And even let's say 5%, let's bring it down to like 5%, you know, that's 100,000. But, you know, if you get in the amount of traffic, like I said, you always want to focus on how you can monetize on your own versus just waiting for you. If you get to that level where your YouTube channel is getting that much traffic, you definitely want to take the traffic away from YouTube and then have control off of it. Because even if you have 100,000 subscribers, you cannot control all of them. But if you take them to a list, you can control them. You can put them inside of Facebook, run a retargeting ads to them. You can send them an email of an offer. You can send them an email of a new offer, of a different offer throughout the months and years, and just you can put them in an autoresponder sequence that send them more emails to different offers. You can really monetize that on a long term.
And the cool thing about that is a lot of that is just a lot of front end work, you know, like once you kind of set all that stuff up, it's kind of just like working for you, like automate, you know what I mean?
That's for real.
But you got to take that action initially. Like anybody on who you like the stuff that you're hearing from Keder and you want to like do all this stuff, you have to take action. Like you have to start setting it up. You know what I mean? And if you don't know how to do it, reach out to people like us, like Keder, to learn how to do it. Right? You don't have to just always like trial and error your way for years and years and years. There's quicker ways to do it. I had a question too, man, because obviously you've been in the space for a while. You've been in the digital marketing space for 8 years. So that's a long ass time. And so you've seen a lot of shifts and stuff happen. So what do you think, like personally, like the future of like online business and like where are things moving? Where should people be more focused on moving into the future with online business?
Well, I mean, I've been telling people for the last 2 years, I've been preaching it because I kind of slowed down on a lot of digital, a lot of affiliate marketing stuff that I was doing just so I can start building brands. Like, you know, and you guys know that. You guys seen that I shift from promoting products. I shift from promoting because I've been telling people they have a window of 2 years now, 2 to 3 years to build their own brand into any niche, because what's happening right now, and it's been happening, some of you have been Shopify, you've been from the era of Shopify, a lot of stores started to close down. A lot of offline business started to close down. They're not losing the traffic is just being redirected. The reason why the stores are closing is because people are not coming to the stores anymore. They're not buying in the shop. They're not buying in the stores. They are going through the internet. But guess what? The internet is like, it's like the new town that don't have, like right now, if I ask you what's your favorite coffee shop, you probably know your favorite place. Like you go get your coffee around your house. Like you know your favorite spot to get your sweater, whatever. You get your favorite spot for whatever. You know where they are. You know your favorite spot for everything that you need. But the internet is still the wild, wild west. Like people don't know what's their favorite spot. They don't have their favorite coffee shop. They don't have their favorite spot yet because it's still in the building. But all those people are leaving the offline business to go on the internet. So if you take the time in the next 2 to 3 years, you build your own shop online. And I don't mean it in a way of just like a Shopify shop. I mean like you build your own brand that you stand for that. Those people, whenever they need that one thing, they're gonna go to you. It could be being sold 300 places, but you the coffee shop. Like that's my spot. That's where I get my stuff. You know, that's who they're gonna go to. So if you take the time and build your brand on the internet, I feel like, you know, from anything. Back then it was just only make money online, but now people are seeing that everything is being transitioned online. You go on Instagram, you find, you know, Instagram models, people follow for yoga. They have people they follow for design. They have people they follow for just about anything you can think about. It could be something as mundane as painting glasses. Like this glass in my hands, if you paint glass and that's what you do, you can literally create a page, Instagram page for painting glass, a Facebook group for painting glass. And if you build it throughout the years, 2 or 3 years down the line, whenever someone's getting married or they get having a graduation, something specific, you're gonna be the painting glass master. So they're gonna go to you and buy from you throughout this time. So like I tell people, I've just been building brands in the last 2 years. That's what I've been building, just building different brands, and then just keep focusing on building those brands throughout the years and then making turn them big. That way I don't have to keep on starting. It's just that brand that I'm focusing on, that one brand in something that people need, and we're just going to keep growing it.
I 100% agree with that, man. And maybe a lot of you guys might be like, you might hear that and you hear stuff like, oh, build a brand, and you might get intimidated like, oh man, I got to build this brand. That means I got to go out and find like 1 million people and build this conglomerate of fans. But we're here to tell you, man, like you don't have to have that many people to actually make a lot of money online. Like really, if you do the math, think about it. Like there's this thing called the 1,000 True Fans concept, which we kind of like talk about more in reference to the music industry, but really it can work with anything. If you have 1,000 people that follow you and they're like dedicated to you, and you can get them to spend just $100 a year with you, that's only $8.33 a month. That's not a lot of money. So if you can get 1,000 people to spend $100 throughout the year, you just made $100,000.
Like you said, it's so honestly true, because with the brand that I built, like I said, I mean, if you guys listening to this, there's people that has blueprint. Like I have a blueprint called the long-term business, and I think you guys are part of the group. And one of the things that I teach people in there as they build their brand, they build their group, is to have a continuous offer. Like we have a membership site in there. It's a continuous offer where it's free for people to join in, but they pay $20 after 3 days of getting it, and they get to keep the membership site. Every month they just pay us $20, and we keep putting contents in there in relation to what they already learning, what they want. So we just keep adding more content in there. And right now we have about 2,400 people. If you do 1,000, just even at $20 a month, if you do 1,000 people at $20 a month, paying you $20 a month, that's $20,000 a month. And all you got to do now is just keep on stacking. And if you have a plan or strategy of just funneling people, everybody that's joined your group, give them the opportunity to join your membership site for free. And free is the best word. Like, tell people join it's free. I mean, I'm going to teach you more into how to get your body healthy. It's free. Go on the site, sign up. It's free. Everybody sign up when it's free. But after 3 days, they come in, they learn new strategies from you, new things, and they figure out, oh man, those people, they dropping golds every month. I'm going to stay in and pay just $20. I'm not going, they helping me. It's just $20. And from there, like you said, with 1,000 people, if your goal is just to get 1,000 people, that'll make you $20,000 a month. And $20,000 a month times 10, that's $200K a year.
You're making more than a lot of doctors at that point.
For sure, bro. And one thing too that I wanted to touch on is one thing for y'all listening. You have to realize when you build these brands, yes, you can monetize all day, every day. You can monetize, but another thing that you can also think about when your brand is big enough is selling the brand, because there's a lot of people that don't want to do the dirty work and get their hands dirty and build up this massive brand. But if they see a brand that's generating $20,000 a month, they'll pay you $100K, $200K just to buy your brand and have everything already working for them. We were able to sell our e-commerce store a few years back, and it was really an eye opener for us, because we were able to package up all the assets. After we did close to $250,000, we were able to package up all the assets and sell the brand. So that's another thing that I kind of wanted to let people know that are listening. You can build these brands up, and if you're not married to them, sell them, double up, and then build more brands and keep doing the same thing.
A lot of times when we're building businesses online, like it's a lot of mundane like work that goes into this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh my God. And if you go a couple months and you're not really seeing the results, it's really easy for you to be like, man, why the hell am I actually doing this? So it's really important for you to understand that, man, you're building something. And this business and everything that you're building is an asset. And that asset is very, very valuable to someone who doesn't know the things that you know and would rather honestly just pay you to walk into a turnkey business that's already profitable, that already has like teams of people working for you. And trust me, there's a lot of people that will pay a lot of money for that shit, man. So if there's something that like, right now that just being through all the stuff that you've been through, like what's one thing that now that, man, you wish that you can go back 8, 9, 10 years ago to the Keder back then and tell him and wish you knew that back then? What's one thing that really sticks out to you that you wish you knew back then?
Just don't wait for permission. A lot of the time it's like sometimes you're waiting for other people's approval or waiting for other people's permission to move. And sometimes it's your parents, sometimes it's other people around you. And when I got into business, I was always kind of waiting for permission until I really realized yo, dude, there's nobody stopping you. You just got to go hard. You just got to keep pushing and go hard. And if I understood that sooner, I'd definitely say, man, just keep going hard.
That's powerful. Not asking for permission, because a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines waiting for that perfect time to get in, when in reality, you just got to go. Put your head down and go for it. And don't worry about what anyone else is saying. You know what I'm saying? Just do it, like the Nike slogan says. Y'all just got to do it. Get started. That's the hardest part. You couldn't imagine the amount of people that I talk to that are just afraid to get started. They want to be successful in online business, but they're afraid to put their face out there. They're afraid to do Instagram lives and Facebook lives. They're just scared to do things, and they find themselves in the same position year after year after year after year. So we definitely want to encourage all of y'all to take action.
One of my favorite quotes is, the best time to get started was 20 years ago, right? But the second best time is right now.
That's fact, man.
Because here's the thing, too. A lot of you guys are waiting for permission for people who don't even know what it is that you're trying to do. They don't even know anything about online business or digital marketing. So why would you wait or ask for permission from someone who doesn't even know anything about what you want to do? You're never going to get that permission. You're going to be waiting around until you're 80 years old to get that permission, and you probably still won't get it. So
that's facts, man. Well, yo, Keder, man, we appreciate you so much, man. I know we've come a long way from masterminds and learning this whole digital marketing thing and seeing each other's come up, man. So we definitely wanted to get you on here because of that. We see your grind. We see what you're doing. Incredible things, changing lives. And that's what we're all about here at Rich for Many. We're all about changing lives and empowering you to take your career, take your brand to the next level, y'all. So this is what it's all about, man. So Keder, we definitely appreciate you jumping on with us, man.
For sure, man. And it's my pleasure, bro. Anytime I can, because I always remember that lady that even if it was a simple gesture as posting an ad on Craigslist, I always text her every now and then just to tell her, thank you. You have changed my life. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is that she didn't stay with the business. She was just in there trying it for a little while. She posted an ad on Craigslist. And that ad had changed it has changed my life completely. So, it's all about taking action. And any way I can give back, if someone is listening to right now and you're stuck and you're like, man, I'm home. I don't know what the heck to do with my time with this whole virus situation that's going on. A lot of people have the time off. And, crazy thing that some people I've been talking to, there's always been, I don't have time to build a business. So right now you have a lot of time in your hands and people don't know what the hell to do with themselves. It's the best time right now to learn how to build your own business so that you don't have to wait for someone else, or whenever things like this happen, you can create your own income. You're not waiting for the stimulus package. Like I know, like right now, a lot of people are waiting for the government to really bail them out because they don't really know how to create, for themselves, But the thing with most business has been hit with the situation, but they are not hit to the point where they can't produce at all. They still have some type of production coming in, but if you work for them, you'll cut. You're done. Like you different cut, gone, but so that's why it's the best thing to learn how to create your own income and your own business. So anybody that's listening, follow these guys. That's obviously Stevie. And Stevie, you guys been around for a long time. You guys know what you're doing. You've helped a lot of people make money online. We've been to the same masterminds. I've seen what you've accomplished for your brands and your students. So if you guys are listening, definitely take action.
And where can everybody find you, man, if they want to learn more about what you got going on, bro?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm on YouTube. Just put my name, Keder Cormier. I'm on Facebook. I'm not hard to find. For my new course, it's called The Long-Term Business. If they want to get it, if that's what they want to do, understanding how to build a brand into different niches, they can, check with you guys, and then, they can get more information on that and the stuff going.
Yeah, 100%. And trust me, like that course is crazy. Like the blueprint and the systems that he's putting in place are like for real. They blew my mind. And I have a lot of digital marketing experience, and I was still blown away when I saw the stuff that he's putting together, man. It's like, it's brilliant. You know, like Stevie said, man, yo, bro, we really appreciate you, bro. We're going to go ahead and hop off. And y'all stay blessed, man. Stay safe over there, bro.
All right, my brother, you do the same, man. Wash your hands, bro.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. All right, y'all. Peace and love.